So the Denver Nuggets are finally fully healthy. But not only are they fully healthy, they also had a phenomenal offseason, picking up guys like Ish Smith, KCP, Bruce Brown Jr. What was the one thing, even without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. missing the whole season, what was the one thing the Denver Nuggets needed? They needed more depth. They simply needed more depth. They needed wing depth. You lost some guys like Will Barton. I think Bruce Brown Jr. is a huge upgrade, no disrespect to Will Barton. You also lost Monte Morris, but Ish Smith, Bones Highland looking to take that leap. An impressive season last year, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. But can they win it all? Can they win it all? Well, here's the thing. When you have a guy like a back-to-back MVP in Nikola Jokic, he is so good where offensively speaking, he can get you really far. And when you pair him up with a phenomenal shooter in Michael Porter Jr. and a phenomenal point guard in Jamal Murray, who before he got injured was ascending, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He was ascending into a star right before our eyes. Everyone was thinking Jamal Murray is about to become a legitimate star in this league. But unfortunately, injuries got the better of him, and Nikola Jokic, especially playing the Golden State Warriors, they straight up abused him. The Golden State Warriors, just like Phoenix did the year before, they straight up abused Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets because the thing Denver is still lacking, they're still lacking this to me, and it's the one reason why I don't view them as, can they win the NBA Finals? Technically, yeah. Everyone can win the NBA Finals. I'm not trying to go at Jokic here, but he is at times a defensive liability. At times, he is definitely a defensive liability. We saw it every possession, it felt like, in that Golden State Warriors series where you just call pick and roll. Nikola Jokic, he doesn't have the athleticism to switch onto the guard. He doesn't have the option to head. He just can't do it all on the defensive end without a rim protector. And so I don't know exactly what they're going to do as far as, you picked up DeAndre Jordan, but I don't think too many people are looking at DeAndre Jordan as being your rim protector. I think he's more of a veteran leadership piece. He's a very good veteran. Everyone loves DJ for right reasons. But to me, that's what it's going to come down to. And I will give credit to Nikola Jokic because it's not always on him. Right? The Denver Nuggets as a defense, they need to get better communication. It really just boils down to that. They maybe needed a little bit more depth, which they got. Guys like KCP, Bruce Brown Jr., phenomenal defenders. Good 3-and-D, just classic 3-and-D basketball players. So that's going to help a lot. And like I said, the additions of a healthy Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., you have a ton of offense. But, right, let's not kid around. Nikola Jokic isn't a rim protector. He beats you on the offensive end. Defensively, he has improved greatly as the seasons go on, but unless he gets in crazy shape, which he's been trending in the right direction, that athleticism, teams like Golden State, especially a good shooting team, they're going to go right at you, man. Every single possession, they are going to call for a switch and just catch Jokic lacking. And it's up to everybody else to kind of, you got to get your switches on time. You got to know where to be. You got to think really, really fast. And unfortunately, they ran into the Golden State Warriors, and they just didn't. It wasn't going to happen. So the last time we saw a fully healthy big three from the Denver Nuggets, what happened? They almost made it to the NBA Finals. So as limited as Jokic sometimes can be on the defensive end, specifically with rim protection, you got to keep in mind last season, and for a while now, he's had to do almost everything on the offensive end. But like we're saying, back-to-back MVP, 27, 14, and 8. He's fully capable of beating any team on any given night simply with his offense. That's how good he is. We haven't really ever seen a player like Nikola Jokic. So you have nice pieces surrounding him down below. Guys like Jeff Green, Zeke Naji, I think is prepared. He's entering his 3rd year here. This past year, didn't see over 20 minutes a night on average. 7 points, 4 rebounds. He's an okay blocker. But I have high hopes for a player in Zeke Naji. Bruce Brown Jr. is huge. It's absolutely huge. And thankfully, the Brooklyn Nets, I know this isn't a Nets video, thankfully the Brooklyn Nets were able to go out there and find guys to try and replace him. He is just a Swiss Army knife, is really the best word to describe Bruce Brown Jr. He's like a Josh Hart. He's not going to blow up the stat sheet on a night in, night out basis. But say somebody in your starting lineup gets injured, or you just want him starting in general, but with a healthy Michael Porter Jr., a healthy Jamal Murray, it's probably going to be Jamal Murray, KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. You have him being your sixth man. I think he's a very legitimate case to win sixth man. Still going to see at least 25 a night. I think we'll see him playing probably 28, 30 minutes, but just prototypical 3-and-D player. Every coach loves a guy like Bruce Brown Jr. You also got KCP. And this was a really nice defensive move as well, because he's almost a 15-point per game scorer, but he also has a defensive rating of, I believe it was somewhere around 109. Good 3-and-D player. He's been in the league for a while. He's won. He's been on a couple of different teams. He knows exactly what he's doing as well. Ish Smith, Bones Hyland, they got something there. Ish Smith is a really solid backup point guard. Probably won't see more than 20 minutes a night. But Bones Hyland, we saw a ton of flashes of it last season. 10 3-and-3. I mean, he can heat up. So they have plenty of scoring. They have plenty of offense. And I think you have plenty of wing depth on the defensive side. But like I mentioned with Jokic, DeAndre Jordan, and Zeke Naji, I feel like they're missing a rim protector. But at the same time, Nikola Jokic, we'll see what kind of shape he's in. We'll see, because he's been continuously every season by season, and even as the seasons have been going on, Nikola Jokic has been improving on the defensive end. But is it enough? Is it enough? Unfortunately, guys, my guess is no. But that's why seasons are seasons, right? We still have 82 regular season games to go through. Injuries happen to opposing teams, trades happen. Rosters aren't just built in the offseason. Rosters are built in the 52 weeks of the year. So I think if the Denver Nuggets really see an issue with this, and like I said, you don't see this too much until the playoffs, where guys like Chris Paul are going to abuse a pick and roll with Jokic. Guys like Jordan Poole, Steph Curry, they're going to abuse that pick and roll with Jokic. They're going to go right at him. You don't see that as much in the regular season. So I think it's going to be interesting. Denver is still very much, in my opinion, a top 4 seed in the West. Very much so a top 4 seed in the West. But can they get all the way to the NBA Finals, and can they win the NBA Finals? Unfortunately, my prediction is no, but it's certainly possible, man. I'm not trying to go at Jokic because, like I said, it's definitely not all on him in any way, shape, or form. I just think they need a sturdy rim guy. We saw it last year as well with Boogie coming off of the bench. Boogie and Jokic defensively, Jokic is better, but they're similar players. They're very slow, not athletic, not rim protectors. So let me know what you guys are thinking about the Denver Nuggets. Go ahead, drop some comments on them down below. What seed do you finish Denver at in the regular season, and just how far are they going to go? Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys later.